after they robbed I from the bottomless ships, but my hand was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Would you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever ask, redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them are gonna stop at the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Ooh, some say it's just a part of it, but we've got to fulfill the book. Would you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever ask, redemption song.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Mesoma has welcomed us to Weekend Deal today in the most amazing way. We say well done to you. The young indeed are doing amazing things. We celebrate you. And of course, she's in good health because her guardians and parents have taken the necessary measures to ensure that she's in tip-top shape so she can perform in this amazing way for us on Weekend Deal and for the world today. It is important for us to always stay some steps ahead. That way we can avoid things before they become an issue. That's why health-seeking behavior is advantageous to us in so many ways. Wouldn't you say so, Patience?
Absolutely. So true, Selma. In a world where we are constantly reacting to health issues, could we even flip that script? I mean, imagine we do the right things by checking our health, getting our scans done, getting vigilant, be vigilant for any changes at all in our bodies, and then we watch what we eat. Trust me, we'll be spending less on our health.
You are so right, Patience, and that's why today we want to share what we know with you as we focus on preventive health, because we do know that when we share, you are the better for it. Why don't you stay informed as you keep our company today, as always, especially as we've come to learn that every choice you make on a daily basis can add quality to your life and qualitative years to your years.
Yes, again, Thelma, they say that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Today on the show, we'll be speaking with experts, but we want you to join in this conversation. We want to hear from you. Let me quickly say thank you for always being there for us. You make our show way richer. And like we always say, we are only here because you are there. It is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, coming to you from the network service of the NTA. Patience Eloyi Abba.
My name is Thelma Obaze. I join Patience to warmly welcome you, and we invite you to please accompany us on this healthy journey. After all, a healthy nation is a wealthy one, and that's how we can kickstart our package today. But first, Zenrit, another healthy participant of this package, is ready with the morning news.
Oh, welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is Weekend Deal, your favorite show on weekends, yes, on TV. Today our focus is on preventive lifestyle, and we all know that preventive lifestyle is just adopting healthy choices, making healthy choices that will prevent diseases. Now, to kickstart our conversation is a backgrounder, and it is by the delectable Uju Wankalo.
Preventive lifestyle and medicine. Connection with nature, connection with the food we eat, with how we relate with society.
Often referred to as lifestyle medicine, this form of medical practice educates individuals on the relationship between their lifestyle as it relates to their overall health and well-being.
What is health? Complete state of physical, emotional, and mental well-being. In other words, when all the things are put into their perspective, everyone will be healthy.
It's very important to understand lifestyle medicine as a bid to prevent developing these chronic diseases. Take for instance a very common one, hypertension or diabetes. With lifestyle medicine, it has it encompasses different things you should do, from your diet to your exercising to getting enough sleep, managing stress, even the psychosocial aspect of promoting or having good social support around you.
According to some of these our philosophers, like Aristotle and Hippocrates, he said, "You are what you eat." I'm a member of the Nigerian Sports Medicine Federation. We must always take time out to relax.
Research posits that there are 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine: nutrition, physical activity, sleep, stress management, positive social connections, and avoidance of substance.
So yoga is something, it's a form of exercise that has a holistic approach towards health, So with meditating while also exercising the body, and which in turn keeps the mind sane, keeps the mind calm, keeps the heart, keeps the blood pumping. I personally do yoga sometimes. The standard for with exercise, let's use exercise for example. The standard is 30 minutes of exercise at least 3 times a week. Right? So you have 7 days in a week. At least 30 minutes of walking, running, dancing even, yoga, Pilates, whatever you choose to do, skipping, just do it. Move your body for at least 30 minutes, 3 times a week. That is it is more than okay. Drinking water. Some people might get away with it, but like I said, there are genetic predispositions that one might not even be aware of. So you can do your barest minimum by at least moving your body 30 minutes. You can do a 15 minutes walk in the morning before work and a 15 minutes walk in the evenings after work, just to relax the body, and then you have a nice night.
When COVID-19 came, the whole world was thrown off balance. To the extent that people didn't even know what to do initially, how to handle it. When we started treating COVID-19, we were using medical approach. But at a point, we all realized that even the nature has a role to play. And that is why when they were managing COVID-19, some people were advised to go inside the sun. Why? So that they can synthesize vitamin D from the power of the solar energy. Because solar energy too plays a lot of role in our body. We are in Nigeria here, we are complaining, the sun is too much. But some Europeans are leaving their country. They are coming to these 5-star hotels. Go and see them at the beach, sunbathing. I was in a country where one of my students I took down there was saying that they stole his phone. And I have to tell him to shut up. They don't steal phones here. Check yourself. Where did you go? And we went to that place. And they said, "Okay, you forgot your phone." That can never happen in Nigeria. So when the environment is safe, people will be able to sleep very well and, live long. A lot of us carry GSM phone anyhow, without knowing that this GSM phone too radiates what we call electromagnetic waves. We put it up haphazardly in our pocket. Some women put it in their consent to prevent it from being stolen. But you are risking the risk of breast cancer if you do that, And then it's not good for your heart. It can affect the liberation of nitric acid, and it can affect your heart rate. And when you put it in your pocket, so it's not good. It can affect your libido. So all these things are what we need to really pay attention to before we now start talking of going to the hospital. It is high time we sit down in Africa, especially in Nigeria, and really reassess our medical priorities. Look at Nigeria. We are blessed with all sorts of things. We are blessed with herbs. In fact, according to botanists, they say Nigeria has one of the largest species of plants medicinal plants in the world.
Our focus, therefore, today is preventive lifestyle and medicine.
It's very heartwarming to hear that our great country, Nigeria, is blessed, because indeed we are blessed. Sometimes you may forget, it may slip your mind, but always come back to the point where God does not make mistakes. The fauna and flora is in addition to the amazing people, over 2 million strong, 200 million strong, who make up this amazing country. And that's the more reason why you need to realize your health is indeed in your hands. Many thanks to our amazing producer extraordinaire who put together that package opener. We often call it our background feature. And we continue. More amazing stories, and this time from Patience State, Benue. They've been unrelenting throughout the week, ensuring that we know their take on this amazing country called Nigeria and what Benue citizens are doing to show that they don't play with their health. Let's show it to you. They're talking about eating right for a healthier life.
For a typical Benue man, eating healthy to sustain a healthy lifestyle is a complete agricultural value chain that entails a farm-to-fork, food-to-table approach, which ensures that nutritious and healthy food gets to the consumer without toxins.
You must make sure that your inputs are safe for consumption, they are devoid of harmful chemicals, and are prepared with organic or compost or heap or degradable manure to use for your family.
Food plays a vital role in preventing chronic diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes mellitus, and obesity through essential nutrients, antioxidants, and bioactive compounds that support overall health through a balanced diet. For the overall well-being and healthy lifestyle, foods which are classified under prebiotic and probiotics should be considered as their impact in improving digestion and boosting the immune system.
The walls of the intestines, or the gut, the gastrointestinal tract, contains billions and billions of bugs, bacteria, some healthy, some unhealthy. Probiotics are the healthy bacteria in the intestines that helps the intestine to maintain a healthy intestinal ecosystem. So I encourage people, rather than take probiotics as drugs, why not take them as your food? And that is where a probiotic yogurt comes in. And by the way, a lot of yogurts are probiotic as long as they contain the live yogurt bacteria.
Experts say a healthy gut is the first ingredient required to thrive in good health.
People have changed their lifestyles into using organic products. The seasoning cubes that we use are filled with MSG, and it's because it makes the food tastier. But people do not know that there is MSG naturally occurring in the foods that we eat every day. Like tomatoes, like mushrooms, they all have monosodium glutamate naturally occurring.
Doyum Stephanie Ibem, an organic food processor and agripreneur, identifies most of our super and plant-based foods for a healthy lifestyle.
These organic superfoods have different classifications. We have leafy greens, where you have your ugu, your spinach, and all that. We also have protein-rich products, where you have your beans, your fish, and all that. Then we have the spices and the herbs.
As a state that prides itself as the nation's food basket, deliberate efforts through different government interventions are in place by the present administration to ensure a healthy community.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, and also on them faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I'll think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Our own Alicia Keys, man. Our own Alicia Keys, man.
You know, it's so amazing about this young lady that we're getting to hear her various rhythm and rhyme and rendition, because it may interest to know that she's an internationally reputed and fully trained professional musician. I'm talking about Mesoma. She's gone through the 3 stages of the Moson training, and today she can sit among kings and queens and perform like she's doing today. So it gives us great pleasure to welcome her to Weekend Deal. But there is more. For now, our second break beckons on Weekend Deal. It's all about you and a preventive lifestyle to ensure great health. We'll take it, but we'll be right back.
Welcome back. It is Weekend Deal, and this weekend, or today should I say, it's all about preventive lifestyle. Now, to start our conversation, our guest is here, and it's an honor to introduce our first guest. She is Izuchi Njoko, Dame Izuchi Njoko. She is the Executive Director, Youth Advocate for Environmental Safety and Health Initiative. Let's see her profile.
We welcome you to Weekend Deal.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Amazing of you to make time to be here for Nigeria and the world. Yeah. And we have yet another guest who is going to be contributing his own quota to our discuss today, talking about preventive lifestyle. He is Dr. Victor Temitokpe Falokun. He's a global health specialist. His profile is next.
You're welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so our conversation today is centered on preventive lifestyle. So let me start, ladies first. So let me start with the dame herself. So what would preventive lifestyle mean to you?
Well, preventive lifestyle, lifestyles that prevent, some diseases that we experience, a lot of people experience on daily basis. This whole thing is as a result of their lifestyle. When you do not do what you need to do, you definitely will have the problem, the resultant effect of that practice will actually emerge. So preventive lifestyle is, doing what you need to do, to prevent whatever sickness or problem might come at the end.
Okay, thank you, Dame. Amazing introduction to our conversation. Dr. Falocom, let's take it from one very creative point, because nowadays, when you say a word like preventive lifestyle, preventive health, people start to wonder, this is huge. But when we make it creative and fun and, very easy peasy, people tend to want to, jump in and be a part. We know exercise can be fun. We know dancing can be fun. There are ways to exercise and nourish our bodies. But if I were to ask you, when we opened our show today, we said something about each day we can make an intentional choice as we wake up in the morning to prevent diseases, improve our life quality, and prolong our years. What was the one thing you did as you woke up this morning that has contributed to prolonging your life, preventing disease, so that the world can hear and we can imbibe it if we are not already doing it?
Okay.
Or is it more than one thing?
Thank you very much. I think if I'll go straight to respond to that, I have a culture of making sure I do some amount of squats in the morning. That's some form of cardio, some form of aerobics, So you wake up in the morning, and then when you do a couple of squats, and then make sure you pace around for a little while, that helps, start your day. And then it helps the blood flow. It keeps you agile. And then that's just a simple thing that you can do. Coming out of your bed, you don't need too much to do. Just squat, skip, do a little bit, just within the, convenience
how many
of your
minutes are we talking about?
Honestly, this morning, I think I did barely 10 minutes because I had to rush to the studio.
But that counts for something.
Yes.
That counts for something.
Yes.
So, coming back to the Dame, your environmental expert, what's the role of the environment as far as preventive lifestyle is concerned? What is the role of the environment?
Oh, okay. Well, environment has a huge role to play when it comes to your health. You are as healthy as the environment. So I feel what people should take note of is, keeping the environment clean. In as much as you try to also be healthy, try as much as possible to keep your environment clean. A lot of people fall sick on a daily basis because the environment is not clean. Where you see gutters not, cleaned and drained and all of that, you see people falling sick almost every time, going to hospital, treating malaria, treating typhoid. So if our environment is clean, to some extent, we will be healthy.
That's amazing. They say, we often hear the phrase, cleanliness is next to godliness. How can we even survive in an unhealthy or in a dirty, environment? I know that Dr. Falocom is a global health specialist, so we're talking global things. But of course, Nigerians must be healthy as they set out for the global stage. So sometimes we cannot stop people who don't want to be health conscious, who don't want to take cognizance of the health of all other Nigerians. But we know we can do, our health is in our hands, so we can take intentional steps. I know sometimes building your immune system is a good forward step to take. Are there small things we can do in this intentional daily movement after we do that workout? If we're not coming to the studio, what else can we do, like throughout the day? Small things that everyone can imbibe to ensure that we stay strong. And when people are not paying attention to us, but we are taking those steps for ourselves to ensure that we stay healthy.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that boils down to what we call health promotion, that creates a lifestyle, that helps you, not necessarily trying to prevent a specific kind of disease or a kind of ailment, but it helps to improve, the general well-being, and if I will remember very well, there is a message that we preach to a lot of people. We should imbibe the culture of taking as much as possible enough water in a day. Yeah, that helps a lot, because the bulk of your body system is made up of water, and then fluid. It's one important thing that we should do. So not everything is about jumping, running, skipping, and things like that. as simple as ordinary water, it's quite effective, right? That is one thing. And then the second one, which I think an average person will always want to do, is to make sure you reduce stress as much as possible. Stress is not just physical. Yeah, it could be mental stress, it could be, and even sometimes we don't identify that we are stressed until we sometimes break down. And then somebody will have to tell you, but I saw you last night. And then before you know it, the following day, it becomes another story. So you should understand when you're technically doing too much. Either reading too much, when the excess comes in, we should be able to know it, and that's a basis of, healthy lifestyle. I will also mention the fact that nutrition is something you can't cut off from. So we should know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So
nutrition.
Perhaps you want to have some water.
Yes, I actually do. Thank you. So, nutrition is another thing we need to put a lot of effort. So some of these things are easier said than done. And if I will stop on nutrition, I will say that as much as you tell people not to eat some particular things, you should endeavor to also tell them what to eat.
Yeah.
Because you see a lot of people go on hunger strikes simply because they want to lose weight, they want to, change how they look. It's fine, it's okay. Aesthetics is good, but at the other end of it comes your immunity. So as much as you're trying to avoid certain kind of nutrition, certain kind of food, let me just put it that way, we should always make sure there's a replacement for what we avoid.
Okay, fine. Well, people these days, when we talk about preventive lifestyle, stress is at the middle of it. I will say that stress is almost like the big elephant in the room. Now, let's be practical here. Let's say in a day when your stress is mounting up, what can you do in your office to, let's say, get a feel of calmness? Because you could be going. What can we do? Let's say, even in the midst of stress, is there anything we can do to calm down our systems, even in the midst of stress? Are there things we can do?
Absolutely, yes. Okay. And these things don't cost anything sometimes.
Okay, interesting.
It only takes you to walk away from your regular office. There's a tree just close by. Sit under the shed. You don't have to talk to people. You don't have to do anything. Just sit by yourself and meditate. Think through what your day has been like. And then that helps a lot. Another thing that I usually tell people is most of the time we don't prioritize what we do. So in an attempt to do 10 things at the same time, you see yourself jumping from pillar to post. But if you take 30 minutes to plan, 1 hour to plan, it helps you throughout the day. And then that makes it a lot easier, And there are other aspects apart from what you do for yourself. There are other designs that are meant to be at the workplace, like the stress ball, that helps you even while you can't even leave your seat. You could actually pick up a stress ball, take few squeezes. That helps the blood flow. And at the bottom of stress is either reduced blood flow to the brain, or dehydration, or there are quite a number of things where your emotion meets your body system itself. And when you come to that end, simple solutions just work. If you have the luxury of having maybe a tea room or a coffee room or something, if you sit there once in a while, and then you make sure you take a walk. Sometimes you sit for too long, and then in a bid to achieve everything, you eventually become somehow sedentary, because you sit on there, and then these muscles don't exercise, the blood flow is not...
The atrophy.
Yeah, and then before you know it, it come up with stress and leads to other things that can actually...
ailments,
Yeah.
That are not doing your body well and are not ensuring prolonged and a healthy lifestyle. Thank you very much, Dr. Falokun. Very interesting view. I was just thinking, for example, what you said is very practical. I'm stressed up in my office, I know. We often hear people saying, I'm so stressed. But we hardly hear what they are going to do about it
the stress.
Or what they have done. Let me talk to Dame Unjoko. For example, I know that when you talk environment, it's obvious that you on your own know what it is to have a clean environment and a healthy and hygienic surrounding, but not so for the world. If I'm in my office, I'm stressed, I go under that tree. I'm surrounded by things that are unhealthy, but I'm there imbibing what Dr. Falokun has told me, but I'm surrounded by very unhygienic conditions. So on our own, we may know what is right. How do we spread the word politely, consistently, and in a way that they will not say, oh, she wants to show me that she knows everything, holier than thou? How do we spread the message with our actions that cleanliness indeed is next to godliness, and it will pay us all to ensure that our environment is hygienic?
All right, thank you very much. The awareness has been on for a while now. We have been trying to, help people to unlearn and also to relearn the appropriate way of living, keeping your environment clean and all of that as it regards to your health. We'll go out there almost every time to advocate for, sustainable environment, which is an environment that, is good for everyone, both the unborn generation and all of that. So we try to, let them know the health implication of a polluted environment. An environment that is not healthy can lead to heart diseases. We have so many diseases that are associated with polluted environment. And by the time you tell them that, you're doing more harm than good to yourself by keeping such an environment, living in such an environment, smoking and all of that, the pollutions we see every day. So by the time you educate them and tell them the implication of this to your health, because a lot of people don't know, they think it's just a normal way of living. By the time you tell them, in the long run, this is what you're going to be, suffering from, then you see that.
But how do we do it? Like I'm in the work environment. I don't want to make it look like I'm giving you a lecture. I want to make it light, creative, one intentional step we're taking daily. Make it hearty for that person, and they won't even know that I've just schooled them on something. I'm under my tree, I'm meditating, trying to distress and prolong my life, and yours by association. I mean, my colleagues who are passing by. But somebody has developed unhealthy habits. Maybe they litter, or the environment is dirty. How do I pass on? For you, it's a job. It's a task you've gotten used to. So you can tell us any which way. But I want to tell my friends and colleagues in a way that they will, it's up to us to do it right and change the narrative. How do I pass on the message?
Well, from what I said initially, we'll start from our office, because you can't give what you don't have. So we'll actually start from where we are. We'll talk to ourselves. We'll make sure our environment is as healthy as possible, as healthy as we want it. So when you're talking, you talk from practitioner's point of view and not just go in there to tell them what you can practice. So you start from your office. When I actually worked in the bank a little before I went to NGO. So there's this thing we do exercise. We try to make sure the environment is okay and also do that exercise. We call it bonding. We'll come out every Saturday, we'll bond for like how many hours. That's also is good for our health and also the environment too, because you can't come in a dirty environment and also be doing that. So you talk to your colleagues in a way that they will understand and also, be able to talk to others. It doesn't end with us here. We also have to talk to others outside, because you cannot create a sustainable environment alone. It has to, cut across every sector, and every human being every hand has to be on deck.
Yeah. Indeed, every hands have to be on deck. It is said that if you're kind to your environment will be kind to you. And you can the little things you can do, please don't litter. Start from there. And you see your environment embrace you and love you. Now, we all know that stress management and exercise are the hallmarks of preventive lifestyle. To tell us more about this is NTA Ibadan.
Exercise is essential for stress management and maintaining overall well-being. It has repeatedly proven to be a cost-effective means of preventing diseases and a way to diminish or prevent their progression or complication.
And quite a number of non-communicable disease management now. When you are drawing up a framework, a management framework, one of the things we emphasize is exercise. Not even in the area of management, but overall in preventive management, so to say. What we recommend is exercise.
As a matter of fact, there are various types of exercise that helps in managing stress.
When we are talking about stress, once you are involved in physical exercise, you will not be overwhelmed with stress. Once you get to the gym now, you see a lot of things, the music, everything will motivate you to do better than you thought. So that is the reason why you must exercise yourself so that the brain can function very well and you won't have any cardiovascular disease.
We have another section in sport that is called aerobic dance. You see the old ones dancing. It's a form of exercise so that they can sweat out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Some people are of the opinion that exercise is a medicine.
From the viewpoint of medicine, it is highly recommended. It is highly recommended as both a preventive measure and a therapeutic intervention.
Experts argue that a sedentary life can have numerous negative effects on physical and mental health.
When you sit, you don't go anywhere. You don't exercise. Your feet and limbs, you begin to accumulate fats. Obesity is one of the risks of sedentary lifestyle.
We need to be exercising ourselves so that we can burn the calories. So there is no way they can burn calories because 24/7 they will be there sitting in one position without doing anything. So this will affect them because number one, their BMI will not be normal. Once you are sitting in a one place, you are eating this, you are eating that, no time to just move around. So all those things accumulate and they can result in having cardiovascular problems. They can be diabetic patients at the long run if care is not taken.
One wonders if simple activities like walking, dancing, and other normal exercises can prevent diseases.
Walking, dancing, very nice. They constitute some of those exercises we do recommend for people. They have their own advantages. They prevent you from accumulating fat, your joint becoming stiff, and having an existing non-communicable disease from getting aggravated.
Some people that don't even participate fully, you will see them that they just go on normal road walk, they jog, they don't live a sedentary lifestyle. Many people still find 1 or 2 activities to do.
Indeed, the frequency and duration of exercise depends on various factors.
You must relate it to your existing fitness level, your health status, so to say. We do talk about health status. Where are you now as far as your health is concerned? Do you have any cardiac ailment? Do you have IBP? And then all those things, you really must know yourself before you plunge yourself into a specific type of activity.
Exercise does not only change your body, it changes your mind, your attitude, your mood, and most importantly, your health. So let exercise be your stress reliever.
We cannot overemphasize the impact of a regular, age-consistent, and body part-specific exercise. If you like, you call it strolling, brisk walk, yoga, do something with your body. Ensure you are not sedentary. You know, the house is so exciting and I'm excited. You know, I can't help it. We saw our young performer, but that is not even all you are going to savor on the show today. If you see our dining table now, your mouth will start to salivate. But let me tell you about Miss Oma, because she's intriguing. I was just talking with my guest, Dr. Faloko, now, and it was like, wow, he can align with what Miss Oma is birthing for us today. She has a profile, and then there will be another extraordinary and amazing performance just for you. Preventive Lifestyle is it, but Miss Oma's profile is next.
There's a
Our table is amazingly yummy. And you know me, I'm not a foodie, but I like to get my bites on. Our next guest profile will tell us more about what she does. Let's say this.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm Irene Ofia. I am a diet coach and a therapeutic cook. We've been talking about preventive lifestyle today, and I want to also talk about the fact that there ought to be a preventive plate. I heard one of the presenters say earlier on that your health is in your hands, and she kept emphasizing on doing small things, do little things one day at a time, but make it consistent, and that way you would reap the benefit. It will be impactful. You know, talking about the preventive plate, let's think about colors. When you're talking about a preventive plate, you're talking about a plate that has loads and lots of colors. Think of the rainbow. Do your best to eliminate the whites. They are mainly the carbohydrates. You know, so you think about the greens, you know, they are powerhouses. You think about the legumes and the grains, the whole grains that will give you all the fiber that you need. I listened to one of the people talking on the television, and he talked about probiotics. Yeah. Yogurt has lots and lots of probiotics, and there are lots and lots of probiotic drinks. They do not cost an arm and a leg. I recently learnt one to make with hibiscus flower, zobo, or the baobab fruit, that's the kuka fruit. Lots and lots of cheap, affordable probiotic drinks that you can have. Then you think about the superheroes, the spices. Please do your best to spice up your life. You know, you think about the turmeric, the ginger, the garlic. These things are affordable. We don't have to go across the sea or 7 streams and lots of mountains to reach these things. They are within reach. So right here, what I have done, of course, there's no how we can bring everything on this very table this morning. But what I have done is to bring some parfait. This is a yogurt bowl with some fruits, differently colored, you know. And here we have a bottle of smoothie made basically with bananas, orange juice, and garden egg leaves. I just recently started adding kale to it, you know. So with your garden egg leaves, with your bananas and oranges, these are fruits around us, available, readily available all year round, you know. You can make this very rich smoothie with that. And here we have plantain, unripe plantain, with what I call vegetable sauce, made with vegetable oil, tomatoes, they are in season now, onions, they are in season now, and ugu, and a little crayfish. There's no meat nor fish here. And one of the things I believe in is, if it is not natural, please don't put it into your mouth. Our bodies work hard to protect us. Let us give our bodies the right tools so that they can fight for us. Remember, every meal you put into your mouth is a vote, or ought to be a vote, for good health, longevity, and strength. Thank you so much.
Woo!
Amazing.
Wow,
amazing,
wow, wow. That's
amazing.
so loaded. Everything you put is like going to cast your vote.
Yes.
You are casting and electing people and leaders.
Yes.
How are you electing yourself for that journey of a lifetime, that you do it in good health? Wow. Thank you very much, you know, our diet coach. I did learn quite a bit.
A whole lot.
Let me just talk to our global health specialist. What would you say was the most vital ingredient of that time we spent with Madam Irene now? It was quite a bit she shared. You know, I know we assimilated as best we could. What would you say, one silent message that we should take on and start to imbibe today?
Well, I'll say, I'll come from the point of view of consistency.
Yeah.
That seemed to be the most difficult thing to do most of the time, because we know so much, but we do a little, and even the little we do, we're not consistent.
Absolutely.
So, you know, doing these things, they sound good, but how many of these things do we do? That's the question. And then the ones, or the little ones we try to do, how consistent are we? So I think the journey of healthy lifestyle is more of, like it's called a lifestyle. It's consistent, is a culture.
Yeah.
So until you get to that stage where you define yourself, you know, in the scope of what you eat, what you do, it's still not a lifestyle. you're just rehearsing what you heard until it becomes a lifestyle. So thank you very much, man.
Oh, that's beautiful. We've all learned. Like you say, I think the problem is always the consistency. You start. Some people, you start, and maybe sometimes when you don't get the result you want in 3 days, you already don't have a job. Waiting happen. Yeah, then you move on to eating the normal and the regular. We have some things on the table here. Dame, what's going on before us? What's before us?
Oh, okay. These are fruits and veggies that are good for health. Let me just put it that way. Generally good for health. They are loaded with antioxidants. Of course, we know that fruits and veggies are loaded with antioxidants, which is what we need daily. You know, I think Nigerians have the culture of eating carbohydrates almost every time. They eat gari in the morning or yam, or before you know it, everything, the 3 square meal is carbohydrates. Carbs have not helped us. So if we can go back to fruits and veggies, which is what we need to have a healthy living, it will help us. Some of this helped me, actually. I was diagnosed of high cholesterol some time ago, and until I met them and bought this and used it, the cholesterol level was still high until I started using them, and that helped me. It has helped a lot of people because after I finished using it, I introduced it to so many other people, and they have been using it. This is called 22 combo. This is 22 fruits and vegetables inside this.
And this is our friend here. In fact, I had a glass this morning.
I did too.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is our friend here.
Okay.
You see us now.
Yeah. So you need this every day, and there's a way to take it, and it works perfectly well for you.
Okay,
and that is taking it on empty stomach.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, in the morning, like when doctor was talking, he's about lifestyle. Part of what I do daily is to take warm water. That also helps the high cholesterol. Also helped anyone that has BP. Of course, it helps to lower the BP. So, is amazing. Even if you can't take the warm water, this can help you. Of course, you take it and invariably you're taking the warm water at the same time. So this is amazing. The beetroot is also here. We know what beetroot does. Energy, stamina, and all of that. The soursop is also there.
Oh, soursop, yeah. I like
Cancer, anything malignant growth, fibroid, and all of that. So you take them and it works and clears all of that. So.
Okay, I want to thank you. I'm being told that our first set of guests are going to, exit now. Please, as we wrap up our conversation, I wanted to ask, the messages were coming in, but let me just ask one that you answer as you wrap up. Someone says, he was asking us earlier, he says, what is the difference between thinking and stress? He said, because I'm in my home, I want to help my family, and to plan and think about multiple income streams, I need to have a conversation with my mind. But at some point, I see that it lasts so long to the extent where I begin to have a headache. So how did I cross from thinking in a positive way to improve my family's life quality to when, to become stressed? So wrap up as you wrap up, just answer that for us. One of our viewers sent in that message. Thank you.
So what I'll just say is everything done in excess of what it is becomes abnormal. To interest you to know that there's what you call water toxicity. Even water itself can be toxic.
Yes, I agree.
So when you think to an extent to which, it gets beyond what the brain itself can sustain, it becomes stress. And one important thing we should know is as long as the brain is short of glucose and you keep thinking through, then you transit from ordinary thinking and then it becomes stress. So at that point, you should know where to cut off. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We'll be going to... Thank you so much. I mean, we've learned from everything that you shared with us. It's our prayer that we daily imbibe preventive lifestyle. Let's not allow the diseases come. Okay, we'll be going to NTA Jos now for them to join the conversation. Yeah, we're going to NTA Jos now.
Today's world, achieving a balance between work and social life is more crucial than ever. With the constant demands of modern life, it is easy to neglect our emotional well-being and relationships, leading to a decline in our overall health.
You cannot face your career 100%, give your social life 100%, and give the family 100%. A lot of people say women are multitaskers. Yes, we have hands like octopus. Like, as I'm sitting with you, the physical hands you can see are 2. but I bet you that I have like 4 more behind my back that are invisible. And these hands are the ones that try to plan. I'm in the office, but I still plan lunch, I plan dinner.
Maintaining a healthy balance between work and social life is essential for our emotional, physical well-being. As we prioritize work over social life, we risk burnout, decreased productivity, and strained relationships.
I think once in a while it is good to meet individuals, share experiences, play about life, discuss issues that are personal to you, and interact.
Emotional well-being is critical to our overall health, and laughter as it plays a significant role in maintaining emotional balance.
Laughter actually helps one to actually ventilate. And when you do that, it helps relieve the stress and make you feel good.
Professionals reiterate that positive relationships with family, friends, and community also play a vital role in emotional wellness.
Social connection and relationship actually work together. You can't claim that you have a relationship with somebody when you are not connected to the person. In other words, it's the bond that builds relationship, that is social connection.
Medical statistics shows that loneliness is a growing public health concern affecting millions of people worldwide.
Loneliness in the sense that one maybe withdraws from people and you don't engage with or interact with people and meaningfully, and you are just on your own. You find that you will not enjoy good social and mental health. You might come, with problems in life or some stressors in life that you need other people to help. But as we live, we find that there are challenges in life that tend to overwhelm us, and our coping mechanism may not be able to cope. But when you have good social connectedness and not lonely, you're able to recruit the help of other people who come to help you to be able to cope with the situation.
Socializing is a powerful tool for stress relief, emotional stability, and good relationships.
Most cases of suicide are connected to lack of social connection, especially amongst young people. You discover that a child, from morning to evening, he or she has not spoken to anybody. He's in his house, busy with his gadgets, telephone gadgets or computer and stuff like that. Who is he communicating to? Through the internet. And that kind of situation does not connect the individual to real life.
Technology has revolutionized the way we connect with others, offering unprecedented opportunities for socializing and building relationships. However, excessive technology usage comes with its positive and negative consequences.
Through social media, you can simultaneously communicate with a lot of people via group chats and everything. So it will help you. It helps me connect with them.
It has this strong addiction where you get distracted in, let's just say, religious activities.
It has helped me a lot in my studies, in my quest for knowledge.
And so it takes up time that I will use to do things that are more productive.
Achieving a balance between work and social life, prioritizing emotional wellness, and nurturing positive relationships are critical to maintaining good health.
All of these contributions from various parts of Nigeria is all in line with preventive lifestyle. We often say that prevention is better than cure. That very short phrase has never been so meaningful as it is today. Start small, and before you know it, you are doing things to promote longevity and a great life. We have your messages. Permit me to take a few. Someone say, I love these children. They are doing so well. Okay. Someone said, I think lifestyle that prevents accidents of any form is also very essential. Look, you're talking about intentionality, that is. I really love this program, Weekend Deal. Keep it up. Do you have a catering school? Well, Irene will be the one that will provide answers to that, Madam Irene, that is, when we come back, okay? Someone says, Weekend Deal, good morning. My name is Rodney Eki from Otukpa. Is that Otukpa and Otukpo? Wow,
Yeah.
these Benue people, they don't joke.
I am from Utukpa, for example.
Oh, nice,
Yes.
nice. So your brother here, Rodney, is saying hello to us. He says, I completely agree with the statement. If you take care of your environment will take care of you. And your sister, well, is the front runner. You know, she was specific about that. So good one there. Says, here in Nigeria, we have seen gutters. Okay. I lost that one because messages are coming in. But let me surmise it. He said they've seen gutters, refuse, so much dirt around, and people who are thinking well are the ones who are doing this. He wonders, they think that if they go away from the dirt, will it prevent the ailments and diseases from meeting them wherever? That the idea of it is that diseases don't just stay in one place. You can put all the dirt there, but it's going to spread. So when you think you are being careless or complacent, you are also affecting your health in a negative way. Let me just take two more. They're coming in. Thank you so much. Gabriel Otta from Ida, Kogi State says, at what age should one begin to avoid strenuous exercise? Remember, we said age specific. Body part specific. That means align with your medical professional every time, right? Okay. We will take a break. Thank you for being there and watching. I was talking about preventive lifestyle. Our third break beckons. When we come back, our guests are raring to go. Don't go away.
Okay, welcome back. Thank you, Eneaba. Eneaba. The way she calls her names are like, Eneaba.
Is she a relative of yours?
She's not. She's not, but she calls the name. I'm thinking it's one Yankee name. I'm listening like, it sounded like my language name. Eneaba. Anyways, our guest is still here and our conversation is about to start. But someone just joined our couch. Let's see his profile, then we'll meet him.
It's great to have you with us. Retired pilot, Andy Giwasakre. I said, we got you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and right here, of course, we saw her earlier talking about amazing things and voting yes for your body.
Yeah.
Okay, by being intentional about eating unprocessed. Make sure it's natural. Welcome you once again, family member, great team member, Madam Irene.
Thank you.
Great to have
very
you
much.
Deal.
Thank you.
Okay, yes. You know, I had a conversation with AVM Andy Giwasakre before the show, and he walked into this with a swag. He walked into the studio with a swag, like a man who is in his 30s, and I'm like, okay, sir. And then he whispered his age, and I said, sir, you're doing something right. So what are you doing right? What are you doing to prevent all these diseases? You're looking quite strong, like somebody who's ready to go back to the Air Force and give them a show for what they do.
Thank you very much. Yes, I am passionate about health. I'm not a medical person. I'm a pilot by training, and I love preventive medicine. And that is why I insist on people doing the right thing at the right time.
Yes, sir.
And since I retired, in fact, since 2017, I don't usually I don't like drugs. And I like to go natural.
Okay.
And as the nutritionist said, if it is not natural, don't take it.
True.
And I say, if nature doesn't make it, don't take it.
Don't take. If nature doesn't make it, don't take it. Whoa, amazing stuff. Indeed.
That, you can't be any more intentional than that.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, nature makes it, and then big companies and manufacturers go take it while we're there sitting down being lazy. They process it, put things that will make it last for years. We go spend good, hard-earned money, put it in our pots, eat it and be salivating when we have a better, richer option. Madam Irene, expatiate about the richer, better, stronger, more vibrant, more productive, more resilient option of eating unprocessed foods.
Yeah, you emphasized the fact of the fact about nature making it, and we eat it that way. But then the factories pick them up from nature and do all manner of things, remove the good parts and put things that will make them last for a lifetime. And because we tend to tell ourselves that we are very busy, we find those easier to go for. You know, they are processed. Toss them into the microwave oven and a meal is ready for the family. You know, so, but we need to take pains to take care of our health. Take time to prepare them. You can prep ahead of time, you know, or cook a lot in one batch so that you have what you need to eat at all times. Because when you're hungry, you would go for the fastest and the quickest thing. Yes, so we really need to be intentional about what we eat. 1% every day just gets you closer to the
Okay, so before I go back to our officer here, I want to say something, and I'm going to ask a question. Is carbohydrate our enemy? Because see, all our foods, our basic foods are yam. See, let us get it out here. It's yam, it's swallow, it's rice. These are our staple food that we have. Are these things our enemy, or is there a way we can eat them in moderation? Because I don't know how I'm going to do without these things, though. Because you see me as though carbohydrates are our enemy. Is there a way we can eat it and eat it safely and still be healthy?
Yes, I believe you can.
Okay.
You know, for instance, they say for instance the eba or the fufu.
Yes.
Take a fistful.
Okay.
And have the soup be the larger thing. It's not our elementary science teaches us about the
Balanced,
6 classes of food,
yes,
balanced diet, and you're supposed to take from each and every one of them. But in moderation, take the carbs, you need them because you need the energy.
Yes.
You know, take the healthy fats, you need them, you need the energy. You don't throw the fats away. As a matter of fact, we need to be naughty about seeds. And we have lots of those. N-U-T-T-Y. Yes, that's what I mean.
So,
yes. We need to be naughty, N-U-T-T-Y, about seeds. And we have them. Think about the Benny seed. You know, we make soups with them. We make snacks with them.
Yes.
Which we eat, you know. So let's be intentional. And I've actually discovered that you can have a meal of just fruits and vegetables. Mind you, we have the natural sugar in the fruit, the fructose. So you can draw your carbs, your sugar from the fruits, yes.
Amazing.
Interesting. Someone is asking about the catering school. I hope I'll have time to attend to a few messages, but let me talk to AV Sacre. You know that earlier when we saw exercises, we talked about body part specific, and let me lighten it to say being age convenient. It's not the exercises I was doing at 20, I'm doing at 50. You know, it needs to fit my age. You've always been energetic and energized, perhaps because you've been working out and eating well from the get-go. You were intentional. What has changed? You are still healthy, and you are still being intentional. What are you doing differently? Have you modified your diet and your exercise regime?
Yes, actually, I watch what I eat. And as you said, we want to eat things very quick. And the microwave. One, I don't microwave food because a microwave food...
Can you cook?
I can cook, but I don't microwave. The reason is that microwave food is you've already killed all the nutrients inside that food. So I don't microwave. And I eat when I'm hungry, not when I just see food I start to eat. And for exercises, I'm 65 plus, going to 66.
And looking
good. I work out. Just normal walk. I don't have to jog or anything. Normal walk, 30 minutes minimum.
Daily?
Daily. I do about 4, 5, 6, 7 kilometers a day. And just come back. Just walk.
See how you said
you can even walk with...
See how you did your hand like this, like it's just just to the backyard. That's quite a distance.
Even within your compound, you can do it. Within your compound. But at least I live in an estate that we have a lot of places where you can walk. So you just walk. And you see, this preventive health is really important that we take it seriously because nobody is going to do it. The doctor is not responsible for your health. And as they say, when you look at our health status. We are talking about, according to the World Health definition of health, is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, not necessarily the absence of disease or infirmity. But to me, that definition is not even complete, because how about our emotions?
Psychological.
Yes.
Emotional.
Emotions. We have a lot of emotions that there are some that you don't calculate, but you can at least monitor what you think about. You can. So you have a lot of things that can make your emotions affect your health.
So that still boils down to intentionality.
Yes.
Be careful what you even think about.
Yes.
Or stop it before it starts to give you a headache.
Yes. So your mindset is really, really important in that. Because you have financial stress, you have marital stress, you
So
have
many stresses.
Loss of loved ones.
Yes.
So all these things contribute to our health greatly. So if you have a positive mindset, then you need to always watch the positive things in every situation. Even if it is a bad situation, watch
Take the
positive
positives.
things. Yes.
Find something
positive about it. So, you know,
Yes.
when you were speaking, all I could say, God, no, I'm saying in my mind, when you say you only eat when you're hungry.
Yeah.
So I was just binding the spirit that makes me eat when I see good food. Do you understand? That spirit that makes me see good food and get hungry, I bind it on national TV.
Yes.
What is going on here?
Bound.
I only eat when
and we go ahead to even say what is bound on earth is bound upward.
Yeah,
so it is
absolutely.
bound.
Absolutely.
I think it comes from that mind training.
Yes.
Without some things we didn't learn in school,
Yeah.
we need to learn them to survive and to survive in health.
Absolutely.
Wow.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you, Godwin. We are about running up. Let me start with our beautiful chef here. Tell us how, just round off, you have just one, no, not even up to 1 minute. Less than that to round off. Say something to us,
Okay,
Nigerians.
well, one thing I must say before I leave is that we need to eat smart to outsmart diseases.
You have your catchphrases. All right.
The other thing I want to also say
okay,
is that your preventive plate should be your very first prescription pad.
Amazing, amazing.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
Officer Sir.
Yes. From our chef, she has told us our place should be our medicine.
Yes.
And I think we should take that seriously. And like the vegetables and the fruits, even the way they are prepared or the way they are grown, they use a lot of chemicals. So really, you need to maybe find a way of getting off those chemicals before eating them, before cooking them, because those chemicals also destroy the nutrients in those fruits.
Okay.
And most of the things we eat are carbohydrates.
Okay.
Carbohydrates. Most of the things that we eat are carbohydrates. So we need to eat a lot of vegetables and fruits.
Okay. All right. We need to be very careful. You cannot be careful enough. Your health in your hands. You are what you eat. Your preventive plate is your first medicine. We've had it all. Let's keep healthy and let's prevent diseases. Nesoma is here to, sing us away and make us dance. So Nesoma, take it away.
Go, girl!
Oh, let's go there.
Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright.
Ooh! Miss Oma, you left us hanging. We thought you'd do more. We were enjoying it.
That's not fair.
We were enjoying it.
Again, do it again. Let's do this. Oh.
Second round. Thank you, darling.
Hey.
One life. Let's get together and feel alright. One love. It's all about the love. It's all about the living. Together.
Now,
Your steez has been reduced, you know.
All right, and you're just quiet.
Okay. Perhaps we need to accompany them on that. Patience, you know you are the P Square now.
Me?
You are the musician extraordinaire. But Nigeria, we thank you for being a part of our show today. All about being preventive lifestyle. Upvote for yourself. What you eat matters. Don't eat processed foods. Go natural. It's all around you, our fauna and our flora. Join us tomorrow for communal living. One love binds us together. God bless Nigeria. See you again. Bye.
One love.